guys, welcome back to the UX course. Now we are at module 7, chapter 1, wherein we are going to do live design of the complete project. We will start here, and in this chapter we are going to do uh, all the authentication screen. We'll start with the splash, or you can call it getting started screen. When the user logs in, downloads the application for the first time, what screen he gets, and how does he react with that specific screen, whether you want it to be a slider, or what kind of screen do you want it to be. All right, so we'll do that. Before we do that, let's see what we learned in 6.4. We learned how to create a feedback document and send it to client, and send the links to client, and get all those feedback, record those feedback, and then make those changes. And we also saw how to create a change request if there is a change request, if this was not decided first, that we are going to put this task in the whole project. So we did that as well. Now let's go ahead and start with our design. All right, so since this course is not about logo design, I have already created a logo for you, and we are just going to utilize this logo in our design. So let's first see if this logo is good or not. So I have just created a component of this logo, and we are just going to utilize this. All right, I'll go in UI, and we have nothing in UI. So what I'll do is I'll start with getting a frame first. So let's get a frame. Let's get 16 Pro. I think that looks good. And say welcome page, or getting started. All right. Let's see what color do we want to choose. For now, let's go with this color, and then we'll see how we are going to do it. So what we'll do is we will create a section. We put this entire page into a section and call it authentication. All right. So we'll start with getting started. First, let's get our logo here. So we brought in our logo. All right. So let's say instead of using this, if we want to use our, so for this, uh, if we want to use our library and use different color, so, or maybe we can use gradient overall, but everything we use, we will use it from the library. All right, if I'm thinking of gradient, let's select the first color. Let's go to our library and select the first color, and let's second the second color and go to our library and select the second color. I don't think it looks that bad. We can just go ahead and make this off white as well. I don't think it looks that bad. It looks really nice actually. And where maybe we can just increase the size a bit. Okay, but I think not everything is increasing for now. Let's give a little bit of rounded corner. Maybe we can keep the logo a little smaller. It doesn't have to be really that big. So let's choose a variable. We can go with this. Okay, let's get a button first. We'll utilize a generic button. and let's change the properties. I do not want any icon. Get started. Maybe we can use a normal or active or hover button. This also doesn't look good that bad, but let's see if we can use a normal disabled button here. Disable is too much. Let's change the color here. We can certainly do that. Let's change the color to off-white, and first let's change it to this, and the text to maybe dark, and then we can go ahead and change it to off-white. Okay, that doesn't look that bad. I think so. All right. So in every design, you might have to go with layout frame. Let's call it body, where everything is aligned. All right. We can make complete fill left and right. Okay. Getting started doesn't have to have. Maybe it can have generic padding, or we don't need a padding actually. We can utilize padding, but we don't need a padding. Okay. But body, we have to make sure that it is center. And what is the spacing between we have applied? Let's apply some variable here. We can go for big. You can have normal getting started, or that depends what kind of getting started do you want. We might have to make some changes here. We might have to go to our system design and see if it is. We might have to flatten it. So the logo doesn't, whenever I'm making it big, it doesn't create a problem. So let's make it a little big. Okay, that is still creating a problem. Select all of it together. That doesn't seem to follow the instruction. Let's go ahead and see if we can do here. All right. This is not an auto layout. This is supposed to be auto layout. Now let's make everything center. Let's reduce the spacing. We can do auto layout here as well. We can go a little smaller. This doesn't look that bad. Let's make this little bigger. We can go for this. This doesn't look that bad. Okay, let's go back to UI. Okay, we could certainly do something about it. This can be, let's say, complete white. It doesn't have to be. Okay, I like this somehow. This is not uh, too problematic. We can go ahead and see if the space we can increase, which is we can apply 21. So let's see. Yeah, sorry, there is always a lot of play with things. Okay, let's see if we want to use some what you call use some tagline in between. That could be nice instead of just logo and getting started. So let's add a tagline into it. So we have logo, we have button. Let's add a tagline. Let's write something. Get your bike serviced while sitting at home. Uh, a generic tagline. All right. Let's bring this in, and we can bring it down. Maybe this needs auto space, but that's too much too. Maybe need larger space, so we might have to go. So we already have big. Maybe we might need to create one more variable that respects larger spaces. So let's go ahead and do that. We can go to corner and we can say let's bigger. This is for graphic design, obviously. For mobile, let's apply 50, 58, and for this also 58. I don't think that's going to be a problem. And let's set that okay, we are not going to do this in corner, so I'll cut it out. I'll drag it to spaces. So this is part of spaces. So this will only apply to spaces. Let's change the scope. Instead of corner radius, it will apply to spaces, gaps. Alright. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, this doesn't look that bad. Now we can change this. Right now it is body. Let's go ahead and apply the title for it. And obviously we can go ahead and make it fixed position. We can fill it. This doesn't have to be that big. And now you can see that it's going end to end. We don't want that, so we can apply some padding in the body as well. Let's apply maybe 21 left and 21 right. Let's see how does smaller looks. Okay, what about this? Okay, let's apply the off-white color here. Okay, let's see how the subtitle looks. Subtitle bold. Oh, this looks nicer than I would say main title. I really like it. And let's apply bigger space, paddings on top and bottom. And let's see if auto is nicer. Let's apply here. Let's check that again if auto is nicer or not. See, I like this. This looks way better than um, other things. So let's go ahead and see if we can change the position and which one looks better. I like this one as well. This doesn't look that bad. And now we can go ahead and see if we can do more just for the sake of it. Let's do one more text here. Text. And we can have a small spacing here. A bike servicing app based in India, solving uh, helping customers helping customers. I think this should be enough. I do not want to go too much overboard, So we will just utilize this. Let's go body bold or body normal. That looks good as well. Now see which one looks better. Obviously this looks much better compared to, okay, so we'll go with this. This looks much better. uh, uh, you should never leave one sentence. You can always have two words instead of one for padding. Okay, I like this, I like this, I like this. Okay, now if someone clicks on getting started, which page the user might go to? The second page, which is, let's go ahead and utilize this. So we'll keep this, and we'll bring other designs. All right, so we already have, let's bring field boxes. Okay, we'll bring text boxes. So we'll select here, we'll go here, and we'll just drag it out. Okay, color wise it doesn't look that good. We'll go ahead and change the colors. Okay, so instead of this, do you want to give an option to the user to, let's say we can go back here, we can duplicate this, and we can create a button wherein if the user clicks on getting started for the first time, not always, options, let's call it options, and let's give it some big. Big is good. Okay, let's go ahead and sign in with email or phone. This is too much, or we can say create an account. This doesn't look that bad. Okay, uh, here we can change it by uh, signing up, SIGNG, up, you agree with terms and condition. I don't think that looks that bad. Okay, we still have two here. Two is bad. We should always have more. And this should be indicator font. Apply that. Normal indicators. We can make it like this. Or we could just make it one liner. It's not a problem at all. Now it looks good. Alright. So let's add the prototyping as well here. So if user clicks here, he should go to this. And there is no coming back to getting started page. Getting started page is always okay. Let's see how it looks. Since already clicked on it, so I don't think I should change that. Clicked on getting started. I'm getting here. Let's add a smart animation to it. I like smart animation. Smart animation. I like this, but we can go ahead and we can choose gentle, which we already learned. Okay, this is nice. Or we can use ease in and ease out. Okay, This is nice, not that bad. So obviously this logo is not changing, but everything else is changing. So once you have this, what you would want to do is you would want to create. Okay, let's change the name of it. Uh, authentication. So we are on authentication mode. Let's call it account. Okay, we might have a lot of account pages, but this is generic account. All right. So we have our first page in. Let's go ahead and build generic sign in. So I'll just duplicate it and I'll go back to design and bring in filled boxes. So let's say even if the user clicks here, I'm not gonna just do anything else. So I'll just bring in filled boxes here. I'm gonna use the same text box. I don't mind. I'm gonna use the same design and duplicate it. All right. So let's use this. Let's call it. Let's say if the user clicks on sign in. Okay. So I'm gonna say first. Okay. No. Enter email. Placeholder should be Ranjan. Uh, name. Name at domain.com. Duplicate this. Let's say uh, enter phone. Okay, plus 91, whatever it is, they can just enter and they can just sign it. Let's reduce the space. I think space is too much. Let's go ahead and say form. uh, let's reduce the space to, we can go ahead and have a normal space. Let's change this. So we want to say I want next for OTP. This looks like within too much space. Let's reduce it. 14 is nicer. Okay. And we don't need this now, so I can just delete it. And also this, I think one button you should have it in the form itself. So let's have it in the form has to be centrally aligned. All right, let's bring the form little down. Let's have one more text. Let's duplicate this and let's bring it inside. Okay, why I did duplicate this, and let's bring it inside option, and we will use body here. Okay, and we'll change the text. Create account. I don't have an, let's ask a question. Don't have an account, question mark. I think this also needs to be reduced. This is too much. We can go with a smaller one. All right, this will be there for a long time. This is maybe too much. 21 is nice. We might need to add something, maybe a text called or. That would make sense. Let's see. Or how does it look? It doesn't look that bad. And what are we using? We are using off-white and body normal. Okay, that doesn't look that bad. And then we will go ahead and we'll do this for account. So we'll just call it SIGN, sign in. We'll call it create an account. So you could see the benefit of creating a system design. I am utilizing the same screen all the time and I don't have any problem. Okay, so I'm going to use the same form and change the buttons. So this I will say already have an account and just say GN, sign in, and this register, and this I will duplicate, and let's say what we have. um, okay, we'll use full name, first name, and first and last. We can just say that. Interphone is okay. We can use inter email here. I should not have deleted that. We can use name at domain.com as placeholder. Last one. Um, so for India, I think we can use Aadhaar for getting information. Let's say Aadhaar ID, and we can just say 00000. This doesn't have to be. Okay, I think we got it. So here it looks too crowded. We might have to change the padding, top and bottom padding. So let's go ahead and make a smaller padding. We can go little smaller for the body, maybe 21. Maybe we can, for this, let's just call it create an account. So it looks balanced. Create an account. So it looks like we are just switching. All right. So I think this covers your login authentication trauma, the basic authentication trauma, and this can actually, while we go through, I'll try to build all the prototype together so it can look nicer. So these are the basic screen for authentication you might need. Let's go ahead and go to see what we are going to learn in the next chapter. All right, we did that. So in next chapter 7.2, we are going to design home screen. And home screen is obviously, the most complicated screen when you start designing it. So let's go ahead and, see how it will work in home screen. All right, see you in the next chapter.